Hey guys, it's Chris again, the real CMAC, as I'm known on YouTube, ECF, Vapotron, a couple other places. We're going to take a look at some hardware again. We're looking at the Tidy 10 Clearomizer today. These were sent to me by Innokin, along with the eye taste that I just reviewed. If you haven't checked that out, go check it out if you're interested in the eye taste. Great little device. Sent me some of the 510s and the 808s. We're primarily going to look at the 510s today. They vape pretty similar. There's a couple differences I'll get to, but for now, let's look at how these are built. This is an 808 one here, just for example. So it's a bottom coil cartomizer. We have the two little holes in the bottom there. Okay, oop, we lost focus. Wow, I was so happy to get focus right away there. Anyways, we got the two holes in the bottom, and there is some wicking material in each of those holes. The liquid is filled up, and it goes. There's a little tiny gap between that metal piece and the hole, or sorry, the metal piece and the plastic, and that's where the liquid kind of leaches down, and the wicks pick it up. There's an atomizer coil in there. When you hit the button, it burns up through that metal tube into your mouth. Not the only thing that goes in your mouth, but we'll get to that. So that's how it works. This is the V2 Clearomizer, Tidy Clearomizer. Big difference is the V1 was a syringe fill. You had to have a syringe. It would have a plastic cap here, and then a silicone ring there, and you would get your syringe. There'd be a little fill hole. You fill it up, and then you pop your cap back on. I'm not sure if you could use a drip tip on those ones. You probably could. I'm not sure of that though. Problem was that a lot of those leaked really bad. It would just dump all the juice all over the table. These, sometimes they leak, sometimes they don't. I've shot this video multiple times trying to get a good one, and I was just on the last one trying to fill one of the 510 tidies I'd been using for a couple days, and it just leaked and leaked and leaked, and all my juice came out, which was unfortunate. Not much I can say about that, but wasn't too happy about it. We're going to be taking a look at the 510 version today. Oh, I got some juice coming out of there already. I just put a little bit of juice in there, and it's leaking out the bottom. That's unfortunate. Anyways, to fill these, what I do is I just take my bottle. Can we zoom in there, camera? Be nice. I take my bottle and I just kind of angle it and pour it in there. Takes some dexterity to do that. Easier way would be to use a needle bottle, and you can just stick it in there, fill it up, pop the cap on. So I'm gonna put some in here, some more. As long as you're steady, get a nice little stream going. There you go. I'm not sure how much goes in here. Oh, I'm leaking again. This is a brand new Clearomizer out of the package. Alright, I would guess it's probably about 1.5 mils that goes in there. Anyways, to try to prevent that leaking, what I do is I'll snug this on just so it's on there enough that I can turn it upside down and then finish sealing it. And I don't know if you can see that, but liquid bubbled up because it was already leaking through. The last one I had didn't leak like that, and that was a really good way of popping that cap on, because it just pushes the air up instead of pushing out juice. If you do it this way and just snug that down, it's gonna shove juice right out the connector. So I'm gonna give this a blowout because I know it's got juice in it. I haven't had one leak this bad. This is kind of unfortunate for the review, but it's what happens. So I guess it's good for the review that you know that happens. We're gonna connect this to my iTaste. Got my 510 adapter on here. Bing, love it. I love those connectors. I wish I just had I wish I had magnetic connectors on everything, and I could just be like, you know, that didn't make any sense. Sorry. All right. So I got some Canada E-juice watermelon in here. Love that stuff. And I'm just gonna wipe the juice off. So as you can see, filling these things can be a bit of a hassle. You don't want to do it when you're walking. Oh, bugs walking on me. You don't want to do it while you're walking down the street. That's for sure. So let's. I measured this out. It's at 2.2 ohms. The iTaste is recommending 3.3 to 4.1. You would think, you know, you could take it a little higher than that, being 2.2 ohms. I'm going to put it up to 4.1, the max the iTaste recommends. And let's have a vape. That's some good juice. All right, so that was my initial fill on this one. The flavor is fantastic, like really good. The best next to dripping. The throat hit is great, and there's tons of vapor out of this. The draw is a little stiff. I only noticed that in the 510 one. The 808, it's a nice easy draw. And if I put this doesn't have to be used on an iTaste. You can use it on anything that's 510 connection. If I put it on something else, say the Labatube, great draw, not tight at all. I think one problem with that though is, well, we'll get to that in a minute. I said the taste was fantastic. I said the throat hit was good. The vapor reduction is good. Some of the time. The rest of the time, this gets really dry. It gets burny, scratchy hits. The throat hit almost disappears completely on me. It seems after the initial fill, it's good for a little while. See, now I put it on that Labatube, and the draw was a lot better. I was getting way more airflow through there, and it really dried out right away on that. Even when I put it back on here now, I'm getting dry hits. Okay, now that was just a straight up burnt hit. I've tried a few things to remedy that. I kind of give a little squeeze on the tube there, try to force some of that liquid down into those wicks. It works. Now it's vaping okay. That doesn't always fix the problem, and it will come back. But there have been times when I've been vaping this. I'm trying to stay out of the sunlight here. There's been times when I've been vaping this. I can go an hour or two. I try to get a burnt hit, and I can't. The other night, for example, I was vaping, you know, just because I want to put this through its paces. And it was great. It was awesome. I got throat hit. I got awesome flavor. But I put it down for the night. I woke up, grabbed it, go to take a drag off it, and it was burnt. It was dry, nasty hits. So it just kind of seems to happen at random. I mean, so what's happening? You know, why is it doing that? Well, I assume that it's just not feeding these wicks quick enough, especially when it's probably a design flaw. maybe the plastic, there's just not enough liquid getting to those wicks. You can get little air bubbles in here, and they sit right over the holes. And what I'm thinking is those air bubbles are just preventing juice from getting into the wicks and into the coil. Because it doesn't happen all the time. Like I said, I had it sitting all night. I come back, lots of time to sit there and soak up liquid, and it was just, it wouldn't pick up any liquid. It was just dry. It's getting dry again. So I mean, giving a little squeeze on there seems to force some liquid into the coil. Take your cap on and off. It will force liquid into the coil. It'll also force liquid out the connector and all over the place. But it seems to be the only way to get a good pull off of this once it starts going bad. See, I gave it a little squeeze. I mean, you can literally see the liquid going in there, and it's good again. That doesn't always work though, so unfortunately, it's kind of hit or miss with these things, which is too bad because the flavor is really good. I have some of this juice loaded up in a Bogue, and it's not as good as it is out of this. The 808s, like I said, the draw is more airy. I don't get as much burniness out of the 808s, but the problem still exists. I did get some as I was vaping that more. The other problem I want to talk about with these is juice buildup, condensation on the tip. It happened with the tank system that actually comes with the iTaste, and it happens with these as well. Because you have that rubber tip that goes around that metal piece right there. You can see it. The sun's coming out here. Sorry. You can't use a drip tip in there because the drip tip hole is way bigger than that hole. So if you jam a drip tip in here, you're not going to get a seal around that tube, so you're not going to be able to get a draw out of it. And of course, if you tip it, it'll just all come pouring out your drip tip. I wish you could get a drip tip on here. Might eliminate some of that that condensation, because I mean, we all know what that's like. You're vaping. You get some liquid on you, and I do one of these. Ugh. I lick the shirt. I can't be the only person that licks the shirt. Maybe I am. But if there's nothing else handy, I just lick the shirt and get it off, So you do get condensation buildup on the tip, which is also unfortunate. So that's the Tidy 10 Clearomizer. I also want to mention with the iTaste, I didn't bring the cap out here with me because I'm a moron, but you put the cap on, it only goes to about there. It will sit on there enough that, if you kind of go like this, it's not going to fly off, but it won't go all the way down. The stopper there prevents it from going all the way down. I did also notice on the cap, if you look up inside, there's a screw there holding on the top, I'm assuming. It's probably hitting that, and so it won't go all the way down. I always get emails during this. So that's all I got to say about it. I can't, if it worked, well, I was going to say 100% of the time. If it worked 95% of the time without those dry hits, without having to fiddle with it to fix that, I would definitely recommend it because the flavor, throat hit, vapor is great if it's working. See, that was not a good one. I don't know. Half the time it works, half the time it doesn't. I got some condensation on here. I got to dab it off. Too bad, because the flavor is wonderful when it works. That being said, if you want to pick some up, give them a try for yourself. I believe in Canada, the only place I could find that sells them is E-Juice Wizard. I believe they're $11.95 for a pack of 5 of them. So, you know, if you want to check them out, check them out. You know, they look good on the eye taste. Eye taste is a great little device. But, you know, I can't really 100% recommend the Tidy Clearomizers. It's just, you know, the burning is just too much. Too much of a hassle. So, thanks for watching this review of the Tidy 10 Clearomizer, and I'll be back with more reviews shortly. Thank you.